Hi, I'm Tim, welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you could see it, and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today we're discussing a lovely 1989 Rolex Oyster Perpetual GMT Master 2 reference 16718, 40 millimeters in yellow gold with matching yellow gold Jubilee bracelet. An easy watch to wear on my 16 centimeters circumference wrist. It's a delightfully slim 11.8 millimeters thick, and you can see from lug to lug the watch measures 47.3 millimeters. If you measure just the lug to lug of the case, the solid end links to the Jubilee bracelet extended just a little bit more to 50.9. I can still recommend this watch as fit with the Jubilee for a wrist as small as 14 centimeters in circumference. Spacing between the lugs is 20 millimeters, and you can see back in the day even the gold GMT still had strap tool apertures in the lugs. Pulling this one off the wrist, you can see that the Jubilee bracelet is a handsome and upscale traditional low-take option for the GMT. From the first GMT Masters in the 50s right up until the arrival of the Super Case, the Jubilee was always available as an option, and in general it was less favored than the Oyster. So this is correct, but it's a little bit special because of its rarity. Polished centers, you can see we're in the era of the hollow center links with satin shoulders, but the nice thing about this is that if you're going to wear it on vacation or in tropical climes or summer heat, there's plenty of gapping on the underside by design to vent the wrist on a hot day. Even back then, you can see that removable links were fixed in place by screws, and there is a friction fit clasp that snaps shut the crown clasp, showing you the crown is the only signature of the partition point between the two halves of the bracelet. Jumping back to the case, you can see the solid end link of the bracelet. You can see those strap tool apertures in the lugs. Let me get a little bit closer here. You can see the shape of the lugs, the fullness of the metal. This one's obviously been refinished a couple of times, but there is no protrusion of the spring bars beyond the lugs themselves. So this one is a nice daily driver, I would describe it. The timepiece is Bi-Directional GMT yellow gold bezel with anodized aluminum insert, present and correct. You can turn it in either direction. If you were to set your 24-hour second time zone to Greenwich Mean Time, you could use the local airport or port GMT offset and the bezel to temporarily find 3 time zones on the dial. You have all gold indices, gold hands, and of course a gilt-style golden print that makes for a nice subtle contrast and a little bit of a vintage effect on the black lacquered dial. As you can see, it has the original tritium signature down at 6 o'clock and a lovely gold-tinged date disc. Turn it all over, you can see a Rolex twin lock crown, 2 dots in yellow gold, so you know you're looking at the yellow gold twin lock crown, screw-down crown, 100-meter water resistance. Underneath the caseback, Rolex manufacturer caliber 3185. Automatic winding, 48-hour power reserve, 28,800 vibration per hour beat rate, 31 joules. It has a full balance bridge with a free-sprung index for shock resistance and overcoil hairspring, handmade Breguet, of course, to endow the watch with the ability to beat concentrically and thus keep excellent time in any orientation with respect to gravity, thus allowing the watch to easily pass the 5-position timing test of the Swiss COSC to receive a COSC Swiss chronometer certification. The double time functionality, that is the GMT functionality, allows you to move the local hour hand separately from the 24-hour hand, and also you can see the watch continues to keep time beating away, and the minutes and the second time zone are not interrupted. You can cross the international date line in either direction as you jump that local hour hand. Now, of course, when you pull the crown out all the way, you activate the hacking or stop seconds. Now you can move everything in sync and set the watch against a reference time. Once again, a 48-hour power reserve, and the watch has a very smooth bi-directional winding system with Teflon-coated reversing wheels and a jeweled staff rotor, with the result that the 3135 based Rolex automatics are particularly silent. It's hard to feel or hear them in action, so this is a very refined watch even 30 years later. Emerging vintage, see it and make it yours on the Watchbox. The GMT Master. Full yellow gold, you can see that the dial is original tritium, the hands are Rolex yellow gold factory service hands with super luminova. So you get the tritium dial, but you get the luminova functionality.